All right, so it's no surprise that right after, Netflix's one of their biggest adult animated shows just ended today. Yes, I'm aware that Castlevania's final season premiered today, but I just got home and I'm really exhausted and I am going to marathon it later. I haven't had time to. I work for a living, people. But however, it's no surprise that right after the end, it's like Netflix realized, oh shit, Castlevania just ended. Release all the animated news that we were going to do. So not only do we get revealed images for Kevin Smith's upcoming He-Man show, He-Man Revelations, we also got just now news regarding a new Ultraman animated film for Netflix. Yeah, look at that. Kong, Godzilla, and Ultraman and Pacific Rim are all here on Netflix. Meanwhile, poor Gamera's crying in the corner. Honestly, Katakawa, seriously, just do an anime series or an anime movie with Netflix. Just it's the perfect time to do to bring back Gamera. I feel bad for that turtle, I really do. But yeah, but it's surprising to me that Ultraman has been making a major comeback. And not to say, Ultraman has never been, forgotten or something like that. It's just that, I've noticed, this sudden trend since 2019 that Ultraman has made, a bigger impact on pop culture. Whereas he's always been, known. He's always in the he's always been, a big game in the tokusatsu world. But now it seems like he's really, these days, really catching up to the big G in Kong. Especially with all these new moves. Now, the introduction of this new anime film they just announced was really surprising. Because this looks like it doesn't have any connection to the anime series that is on Netflix as well. But I have heard other things that this may be a prequel movie to this. Because this is supposed to focus on the original Ultraman, yeah. So we have the original Ultraman, which is what the Ultraman anime is following. But yeah, I've also heard it's its own anime film. So I'm game. It's really cool to see that first Marvel, first we get the Ultraman anime series on Netflix. Then we have Ultraman making all these, big appearances on TV and all that, and then we have the Ultraman over at Marvel Comics. I think the second comic book series is going to be starting soon, if I'm not mistaken. I still need to read Rise of Ultraman, so I really want to read the Rise of Ultraman from Marvel. But the fact is that now we have this big anime film regarding one of the major godfathers of kaiju or tokusatsu. If you were to have a Mount Rushmore of tokusatsu stuff, it would probably go as Godzilla, Super Sentai, probably Gokaiger. No, not the Zoo Ranger? I forget what Sentai Mighty Morphin comes off of. But yeah. Be that one of the Rangers there. And Ultraman would be there, as well as Kamen Rider. There's your tokusatsu Mount Rushmore. You can put the heads wherever you want. Anyway, so getting back on track, this anime film, while I have heard conflicting reports that it's either a prequel or its own thing, let's just talk about it for right now, if it's its own thing. Let's really talk about that right now. The big thing, if it's its own thing, is really cool. I really like that an anime film is going to focus on this, and AG Tsuburaya Productions is working apparently very close with Netflix in this. I don't know if it's going to be... it's probably going to be CG. It's probably going to be a CG animated film. Or it may be like the Ultraman anime where it's CG mixed with 2D animation. I think that may be the case more so. Just like how they're doing Godzilla Singular Point with Toho. So I'm curious to see how that's going to play out. I am also wondering, how much of the story we're going to follow with Ultraman. Are we going to see Zeton? Actually, I'd really like to see Zeton in here. we're probably going to see like a lot of the classic monsters. I will say that probably one of my favorite kaiju has like recently, because I've recently watched Ultraman X, and they had this kaiju here that was so freaking like, I was like, oh my god, I love this design. Is Gargorgon, which is this huge. I don't even know how to describe it. It's like a kaiju. If King Ghidorah fucked Medusa, that's the best way to describe Gargorgon. But I'm getting off track. But that I have no doubt that we're probably going to get classic monsters, because what I've noticed, and my friend Kaiju Noir has also stated, is that Ultraman really has this problem of really depending on the classic monsters. Like, it really depends more on the classic Ultraman villains than trying like to do something new. Like, it really plays a lot more to the classic fans rather than try something new. So maybe what more than likely is that we'll probably get, you know, classic monsters out there, you know, the classic villains of Ultraman, because this is the original series. But I would like to see them at least try to make up at least one new monster, like as the end game boss. Just at least give me a original monster as like your end game boss, and that's really all I ask for, is just an original monster for Ultraman to fight. I don't need Bemular back for the umpteenth time. Just have, or, you know, even as much as I'd love to see Zeton here, or you know, Red King, or Ella King. It'd be, I think, like, at least for the end game boss, make it an original monster, like an original monster for Ultraman to fight. That's really all I ask. Now, if this is a prequel to the new anime series, which the second season's been taking a while, hasn't it? But then again, you know, 2020 just kind of cocked up everyone's work. Yeah, it just kind of cocked up everything, so I can understand the delay, but at the same time, I'm wondering when that's going to come out. And again, if this is a sequel, it'd be kind of fun to see like this new version of what that version of Ultraman's father was like, and in his tenure as Ultraman. All in all, I'm really excited. This is really cool, and I was not I was literally just scrolling through my social media, and it was just like, wait, time out, let me scroll right back up. Is that the anime series getting a second season confirmation? Because we do know it's coming. I was like, that's weird. We already know it's been confirmed that the second season's coming at some point. And it was like, oh, this is an animated movie. Oh, I gotta talk about this. So, yeah, I've been talking more and more about Ultraman, so I'm really excited for that. That we're getting more Ultraman-centric stuff, because Ultraman's making a bigger and bigger comeback with everything, and it looks like Tsuburaya, even more so than Toho, is more than willing to work with more companies. Then again, that's apparently what Eiji Tsuburaya and the rest of the Tsuburaya company has been like, is that they really like cross-promotion. They really enjoy that more than anything else. That's why you see Ultraman in a lot of other stuff. Hell, that's why we have an Ultraman over at we have an Ultraman comic over at Marvel Comics. That's why there was such a lucrative deal with Netflix. And Toho's just starting to do that. But then again, Toho, this is not Toho in its prime. A lot of people think, oh, Toho's back, baby. Here's the thing, Toho is not the movie studio it used to be. Back in the day, like, it wasn't like back in the day. Like, now I feel like sometimes they have to do these deals, and depend a lot on, you know, the lucrative, you know, business that is Godzilla and the resurgence of the kaiju genre. But yeah, like I said, it's really fun that Netflix is doing a lot of kaiju-centric stuff. We've got Pacific Rim, Kong, a good Kong animated series on Netflix, let me refrain. Godzilla Singular Point is getting dubbed, and I swear I will talk about it when it gets here in dub. I'm just excited. That's really all I can say. And, Ultraman's here, Godzilla's here, Kong, Pacific Rim. Now, if only someone could help poor Gamera. That's really the big thing, is that if only someone could help Gamera. Anyway, So you guys tell me in the comments below, what do you guys think of this Ultraman anime film announcement? Are you guys excited? Are you guys not? What monsters are you hoping to see again? Do you think this will be a sequel to the anime movie, or do you think it'll be its own standalone anime film? And again, what monsters would you like to see? Would you like to see some new ones or some classic faces? Really always interested to hear from the, diehard Ultraman fans on here. Until next time, Shuwatch! I'm sorry.